Hello, Leo. Happy 2022 and welcome to Carte Blanche Tarot. This is a collective reading for Leo. It may resonate with you, it may not. That is okay. We are all at different stages of our lives. We're living different experiences. We're at different ages. So not every reading belongs to everyone in one particular sign. So if it's for you, that is wonderful. Claim it, take it, and accept it. And if it's not, let it go. Maybe the next one will be more about your situation. So I'm just cleansing your cards here after the last reading that I did with this lovely incense. And as you can see, we have crystals, we have chakra candles, we have a lot of good energy here. I think that should be okay. We will be using the Rider-Waite deck as well as Universal Weight. We're going to keep things straightforward and classic for this reading. Okay. Let me just set that right here. Okay, so I will take your cards. I will shuffle. We will start with the Rider-Waite. Okay, let's see, Leo, what's going on? Five of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Swords, okay, Leo. You know, when it comes to your sign, I feel that the last year or so has been rather turbulent for you. And I feel like a lot of it is a representation or a manifestation of what has been going on with you in terms of your thought process. And what I mean by that is the way that you interpret situations, people, and the world. You get up in your head, and that diverts you, I think, from making the right choice or the choice that your gut would make, the appropriate choice, because you overthink things. You get very crafty, you become very scripted sometimes, and you get in the way of your own instinct. Now, I see here that things were difficult for you for a while, and it looks like that may have been financially, that may have been with some of your relationships, whether it be family or romantic. It looks like housing may have been an issue as well. And yet there were people around you who would have been willing to help, but you didn't seek them out because you were overthinking about the situation. Either it was a matter of pride. You are Leo, the lion, and pride is very important to you, and you were just too prideful to either ask for help or accept their help, or even to discuss what was going on with you. You held off on that because you were too worried about how you would be perceived. And therefore you didn't. So instead of your situation, whatever it may have been, again, finances, career, housing, relationships, instead of things getting better, you didn't allow the possibility for them to get better. And look, what do we have right next to that? We have the Two of Pentacles, the juggling. You're juggling between your emotions and your thoughts. That's what that is about. You're not allowing them to guide you into the answers that you seek, into making the appropriate decisions that you need to make. So you get all up into your head, you go with your mind, and what ends up happening when you're overthinking things? You overthink things, and then you suffer heartache. You feel pain. Now, the Three of Swords doesn't necessarily mean romantic pain. It could just be pain in one's circumstances, pain in one's, where they are in life, pain in terms of like how you perceive yourself. It's despair. And this could refer to one particular thing, or it could refer to all of the above. So let's pull some more cards so we could clarify. Six of Wands, Hermit, yeah. So, Leo, you want to succeed at all costs. You will do whatever it takes to be successful, to be what you perceive to be successful. You're very concerned about how other people see you. You want to be admired. Of course, you're the lion. You want that respect. You want the admiration. But, something that you tend to forget is that admiration is sometimes very short-lived. So you sit there and you're thinking about the things that you should be doing in order to get admiration from targeted people. But then how does the saying go? Miss the forest for the trees, or something to that effect. You sabotage your own happiness. And I think that here's the perfect example. Just look at the card. There are full cups right behind him, but he's not even looking at them, because he's too busy being worried about what's in front of him and all that's spilled. This is an imperfect picture. These spilled cups are imperfect, but yet a different vantage point would indicate that perfection is right there. But the person in the image refuses to see that because they're just so caught up in themselves, so caught up in their thoughts, or even caught up in their emotions. Remember, they're caught up, they're juggling between both. They're juggling between their thoughts and their emotions, and this person refuses to see what is there. And Leo, that's what I have felt as far as your energy goes for some time now, maybe even for years. Maybe even for years. Now, what we see here is that you do have the opportunities to be happy. They're right before you. They're in front of you. You just don't see them. Right? Because you're too busy thinking about all of these things. that cause you anguish, that cause you despair? I mean, this reading is so very clear here. It's almost as if you are your own worst enemy with the way that you approach the things that happen in your life, or the way that you react to things that happen in your life. You ruminate. You sit there and you ruminate and ruminate and ruminate. And then sometimes you come up with actions. Sometimes you do. But again, there's that duality. You know, are your decisions coming from the right place? Are your actions coming from the right place? Or are your actions coming with a specific outcome in mind? So let's see if we can clarify any further using universal weight. Tower. Okay. Change is on the horizon. Leo, you tend to be self-destructive. We've kind of touched upon that already. You are your own worst enemy. You are. You need to take those thoughts and those emotions and see what really matters to you. Like, who are you, Leo, at your core? Who are you when you aren't trying to impress somebody, whether it be like a particular romantic interest or a professional situation? Who are you? Who are you at your core? What are your true interests? If we peeled away all of those layers, who would you be? Who are you when you're all alone at night thinking all of these things? It's all about changing your outlook. And seeing that there's a whole other world out there. By being your own worst enemy, you really narrow your vision. And sometimes, Leo, you do have a very narrow image of the world. Because again, it's back to your intentions and you doing things to either impress people or to arrive at a particular conclusion. And that's different than having goals. I'm not talking about having goals. Because having goals, you say, I want to do this, I want to go on a trip, and then you put things in place by saving money, blocking out time, working hard to be able to go on a trip. Or I want to have this career, and then you go to university and you take some classes and you get internships, and then you ultimately get the career that you want. This is different. This is different. When you have a goal, it's not as innocent as that sometimes. It's almost like you want to, and this is the better way of putting it, it's almost like you want to influence the outcome. You want to craft the outcome. So all of your actions are crafted or scripted in order or in the hopes of getting a particular outcome. Your tower moment, you are your own tower moment. And that's the thing. You need to be able to step away from that and see that there is a different way of looking at situations and looking at the world. And that there is authenticity out there. But first you have to find it in yourself. The world can offer you what you seek. But you have to take a step back. You have to take a step back, and that involves work. That involves a lot of work, whether it be reading, whether it be focusing on self-care, whether it be surrounding yourself with good, decent people. There's good things out there. You just need to be able to see them, and they are coming your way. Once you do the work, once you stop being your own worst enemy, and once you see things differently from a different perspective and start to embark on authenticity and make authentic changes, these good things will start heading your way. But it all starts with you, Leo. It all starts with you and deciding who you are. And once you decide who you are, then all of these things will come to you. That's what I have for you today, Leo. So, if this reading resonated for you, I will now be using my singing bowl to seal in this reading into the universe. Until next time, Leo, take care.